like all of these secret society people do. It's called the Hegelian dialectic. We want all these people to do something. So you and I are going to get together. We're going to create two different causes. We're going to get all these people wrapped up in it. We're going to pretend to fight against each other. And this fight is going to bring about the conclusion that we really wanted in the first place. And they're all going to think that it was done accidentally by them, and we didn't have anything to do with it. How many of you understand the concept of Hegelian dialectic of manipulation of political resolutions?
From having significantly larger proportions of retired people and older people relative to working age citizens. Another example is the array of technologies, often referred to collectively as geoengineering, that potentially could help reverse the warming effects of global climate change. One that has gained my personal attention is stratospheric aerosol injection, or SAI, a method of seeding the stratosphere with particles that can help reflect the sun's heat in much the same way that volcanic eruptions do. An SAI program could limit global temperature increases, reducing some risks associated with higher temperatures and providing the world economy additional time to transition from fossil fuels. This process is also relatively inexpensive. The National Research Council estimates that a fully deployed SAI program would cost about $10 billion yearly. As promising as it may be, moving forward on SAI would also raise a number of challenges for our government and for the international community. On the technical side, greenhouse gas emission reductions would still have to accompany SAI to address other climate change effects, such as ocean acidification, because SAI alone would not remove greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. On the geopolitical side, the technology's potential to alter weather patterns and benefit certain regions of the world at the expense of other regions could trigger sharp opposition by some nations. Others might seize on SAI's benefits and back away from their commitment to carbon dioxide reductions. And as with other breakthrough technologies, global norms and standards are lacking to guide the deployment and implementation of SAI and other geoengineering initiatives. Now, I could go on and on and on and on about the things that fascinate me, but rather than talk about them, I thought I'd stop here and start the conversation with Judy, and then I can take some of your questions.
Of an airplane moving through the sky, but there was something underneath the airplane that seemed to be following the airplane during this video. And I have to rule out a balloon, because if this was some lightweight balloon, this airplane's turbulence would have left this balloon far behind. So I don't think it's a balloon. I think it's something else, because it seems to be following the plane. So he videoed this for about 30 to 40 seconds, and it stays up with it. And you got to keep in mind that plane's probably moving somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 to 500 miles per hour, and this thing is keeping up with it. He changed his angle here. So what I did was put it in slow motion, and we're going to take an even closer look at whatever this object may be that's following a large aircraft in the sky. Look at that. And it's not another plane, or we would see an exact replica, more than likely, of what we're seeing with the first plane. Some sort of a round orb, at least it appears to be round, that's moving at, like I said, probably 400 to 500 miles an hour. It's keeping up with the airplane with no problem at all. So great observation out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. And I've had this video for probably week and a half. Here I zoom in just to kind of get a little better look. Here I totally flip it into a negative format, and I don't know, it almost looks triangular there, but it could be pixelated. But either way, there was some sort of
to get a concrete picture of what it is we're talking